So we have been on Zoom for 15 minutes already, and we are now going to start the recording. So for those of you that have already been tuned in, you're going to hear me say, welcome again. You guys, thank you so much for getting on and joining us. I realize I don't ever introduce myself, even though it says my name right here on the bottom of my little speaker window. I am Melissa Gratz, and we do this training call. It's more not so much a training call as it is a together collaboration weekly. We've been doing this call before Zoom. It was a conference call, and since Zoom, it's been Zoom, but we've been doing this call since 2009. So on Tuesday nights, it's at 9:15 p.m. Anybody that has been affiliated with me in Scentsy or in my downline has known where to find our group, our team on Tuesday nights at 9:15 Eastern time. That is going to stay. We have some really exciting things planned for this upcoming year. Tonight's topic of the call is Welcome 2022. I am very, very happy to see your faces. And gosh, I'm very happy to see your faces even more so because it is the first call back after the holiday season and into the new year. And I'm really, really excited for us to move forward together and make things happen this year. So thank you for getting on. And to anybody that's tuning into the recording, thank you as well for getting on. We talked about some housekeeping things. Just going to go over those really quickly again. We do have a Jeopardy game coming up next Tuesday night on this time spot right here, same time and place. We'll be playing new catalog Jeopardy. So study up on your virtual or digital catalog if you don't have your print copy yet. Study up because the questions will be all new catalog related. There will be prizes and good ones. So we are playing that next week. We are continuing with Wednesday Cubicle being during the day, beginning at 10 a.m. every single Wednesday. That is work hours where you can come and be on Zoom with whoever can show up. And we are also going to start implementing an evening cubicle for the night owls. And so we're excited about that forthcoming. There's some announcements. I may as well, because we do this every single week. Cassie, is there anything that we need to call everybody's attention to as far as workstation news?
Let's see. Well, bring back my bar voting for the next round started. And you can vote once per day, not the every 5 minutes like it has been before. Today is the last day to register for World Tour. Valentine's Day collection launched on Monday. That's about it for now. Let's see. There's not anything major coming back in stock on the 13th. Mystery Man room spray and the multiple glass warmer cylinder dish. Those are the only two back in stock products this week. So, but as I see them, if anything else comes up fun, I'll post in the group page for sure.
Thank you. And Cassie, gosh, you guys, round of applause to Cassie. She always, and Jody does as well. And I'm sorry if I leave anybody else out, but thank you for posting, the announcements and the updates.
Sometimes it's a pain in the where to try to find those news articles because not all the time do they pop up. And if it doesn't pop up for you, the little trick to get it to show, you have to scroll to the bottom and hit view more, and then it'll like refresh your screen. So try doing that. And I try to just check my news tab. They used to say like what certain days that they posted the articles and such, but it's always good to try to check your news tab at least once a day because you never know when something new may pop up.
I'll check in the morning and then 10 minutes later, Cassie posts something. I said, I didn't see that.
Because typically when they're going to post, if it's like a launch day, they're launching at 1 o'clock our time. They're going to post at like 10 or 11 a.m. our time. So that way it doesn't interfere with the system doing its launch stuff. So if you check it at like 10 o'clock and then like 5 o'clock or something like that, if you to try to give yourself a schedule just in case they put different articles up throughout the day.
Awesome. Thank you. Lisa.
Yep.
just a quick additive on the Bring Back My Bar voting, a little hack that many of you maybe have already figured out. But if you haven't, you can only vote once on your own website, but you can also vote from anyone else's website. So go to your team's websites, go to your friends, call your wife, call your neighbors, go to their websites, and you can vote as many times as you want.
Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny?
You can
Helpful tips and
also
tricks.
vote in the incognito or private tabs too, several times.
Also different browsers.
Mhm.
Isn't it so funny that it's that much of like like people take it legit serious. It's kind of funny. Okay. Next. So, welcoming and ringing in 2022. Some of the things that I want you to start thinking about as we move forward, move toward, I know we're the 11th of the month, but it's still January and it's still the new year. So, or it's still the beginning of the new year. Thinking about what you want to focus on for 2022. This is not a big goal planning session right now. This is just getting you to think about what is something or the couple things that you really want to focus on for your personal development, that you really want to work on for your personal business, and that you want to work on for your team. If you have one. If you don't have one, what is it that is what are you going to focus on that can help you grow your team? So for me personally, just to kind of give you a springboard, I really personally want to focus on Scentsy Club and recruiting for my personal. Those are my two personal things that I'm setting my sights on heavily this year. Personal development, I want to read more because I don't read enough and I like to. And as far as my team and my team specifically, I need to check in more with them, but also on a broader scope, because when I think of my team, I think of all of you as well. And I want more collaboration and a lot more dialogue between us of what you want to see, what you want to make happen. We are better together. And that's my vision for all of us this year, is we are better together. It is something very special here at Scentsy. It is something we're good at. We are good at community, especially here, especially right here. We're very good at community. We're very good at translating, the Scentsy culture and having it trickle down into how we are with each other. I want to share this. I shared this with the leaders just a little bit ago. Robin shared this with me today, and I think that it is a very, very powerful statement. And I love setting 2022 up with this thought. Women need other women in their lives who think they are a big deal. No competition, no backhanded comments, no jealousy, no hate, just I love you, I support you, and there's no one on earth like you kind of energy. This is our mantra. This is our words to live by together this year. I think we have already done a good job of showing this, especially those of you that have been on our incentive group page. The way you all have rallied behind each other to support each other and cheer each other on makes me so happy and so proud. But we can do that even beyond that incentive group, and we can support each other and lift each other up and make each other better. You have that here. And like I said just a little bit ago, so long as you show up, we will continue to provide. So I want you to know that. I want you to know that you are fully supported here. I was just going to ask that. Can I get a copy of that? Yes, absolutely. In fact, Robin will post that on the Together We Scent page. And thank you. And because it came from her. So I want you to think about the things that again, I'm not asking you to build out a full action plan yet. We're going to do different things in the next couple weeks, next couple months that work us toward getting to where we want to go. But I want you to just be thinking about what are the areas that you want to focus on. Maybe it's devoting just a little bit more time to your Scentsy business, period. You know, I had a really, really great conversation with Robin at Leadership. Robin, Tammy, Nicole, myself, and Lydia. Is that the 5 of us? I think Nicole, Tammy, Robin, me, Lydia went to Leadership this past week in Cabo, and we had some time to have some really great conversations. And one of the things that Robin said that I loved, and this is coming from one of our leader team, you guys, so nobody is exempt from feeling this way. But Robin said, I want to make a better effort at not putting Scentsy at the end of my list. At the end of, once I get everything else done for the day, I'll work my Scentsy business. She wants to move that up in the list so that Scentsy isn't something that she is doing when the energy is gone. She's doing it more as a part of all those other things. And I thought that that was a very, very cool, clear statement that maybe you just want to focus on giving a little bit more time to Scentsy. Well, we only have so much time. So what is it then that you can streamline or get more organized or have a system that'll allow you to devote a little bit more time to your Scentsy business? Something else that I picked up recently was you've all heard, you get out of your business what you put into it, but I love this line that adds one word. You get out of your business what you choose to put in. Because working your business is a choice. It isn't anything you have to do. You also know that if you don't work it, zero from zero is zero, right? If you don't work it, you know that you can't make things happen. So whatever you choose to do is where you will see results. You may even fail a couple times in choosing to do something. But failing means trying. You can't fail if you didn't try. So choosing to show up a little bit more for your business in any aspect that you want to build or grow. If it is in recruiting, then you need to become more of an expert in recruiting. And by that, I don't mean you have to go recruit 20, but you should be spending your time learning from those that recruit. If you want to become a guru on fundraisers this year, then it's beneficial for you to spend your time looking for fundraiser information and learning from people that do fundraisers. Sometimes our scope of what we want to focus on is so broad that we don't actually get good at any one thing. And you can't move on to working on the next thing until you've gotten good on what you're putting your energy toward now. For me, PRV comes with my eyes closed. It just does. So it isn't something that I need to spend laborious hours working on. I need to focus on the areas that don't come naturally to me. And I need to get better at them. So think about the 1 or 2 areas that you want to be better at. And when I say areas, you might be thinking, okay, it's either buy, host, or join, but it's bigger than that. Maybe you want to start making samples of the scent of the month every month and getting 20 of them in people's hands. It could be something as minute as that, but the power is in doing it repetitively and doing it consistently and getting yourself into the habit of nailing something so that you can then add something else. This is the kind of mindset I want you to go into 2022 with. We're not trying to move every mountain at once, but we're trying to move a mountain for ourselves. Can we do that? I sure as hell believe we can. And everybody's little goal and everybody's little thing they're working toward and everybody's little mountain's going to look just a little bit different. Because the beauty is you cannot work your business exactly like how somebody else does. what Wendy does probably isn't going to be what works for me, or when she works her business, or how she works her business. It might not work, because the moment I try to be somebody else and try to work my business just like somebody else does, I will fail. So what I want you to do is become completely empowered in believing that you run a successful business and you can move a single mountain. You're going to see, those of you that go to Detroit and anybody that's on virtual, you're going to see my talk for World Tour was about building yourself. And a very big underlying point in my talk is about small wins. The small wins, the single mountain, same thing. This is the year that we make big things happen by making the small things happen first. You want to know what my small thing to happen first was? Pulling myself out of a self-doubt rut. Anybody that saw my post on social today, that's me getting back into my groove. That's a small win. Because in order to make the big things happen, I have to have these small wins compounding on each other. Because you can't just open the front door and be like, I'm back. It takes little pieces, and it starts here, because you can talk yourself in and out of anything, right? You can talk yourself into something, you can talk yourself out of something. People have asked me recently how I've lost weight. And I'm going to tell you that it is 1,000,000% mindset. I had a mindset flip this summer. It occurred to me that if my 3-year-old boy, who is super wild and active, ran into traffic, I wouldn't be able to run after him. That was my moment. It was a simple moment like that where my mindset flipped. I had said to Autumn long before, and on all of my failed weight attempts in the past, I have said, I can never envision a day in my life where food will not control me. It controls me. I think about my current meal. I think about my next meal. I think about food controls me. And I was able to say to her not very long ago, I feel like I've broken free. I don't anymore believe that food controls me. I am in control of food. And it was a very, very freeing moment. But I'm telling you that 100% of it came from a mindset. So it doesn't matter how long you've been in this business, you can be successful. You cannot use the excuse that because Melissa started before me, that's why she's where she's at. I'll tell you what, I met a star director at leadership that joined 11 months ago. Anything can happen. There are brand new consultants earning the incentive. Anything can happen. Now, is there a portion of luck in some of the things that we do in this business? There is. But there's absolutely no luck in what your mind does for you. Because you can talk yourself in and talk yourself out of anything. And when you let the excuses win, the excuses compound. And it is way harder to open that front door and say, I'm back. So what I want is for all of you to be thinking about the small wins and single mountains that you want to move one at a time this year. I'm not asking for you to do things that you aren't capable of. What I'm asking you for is to believe just a little bit more in how much I believe in you. That's my goal for 2022. My other goal is to continue seeing your faces show up. That's my other goal. And the moment you don't show up, that directly makes me feel like I'm not providing you something that you need, because we're good at what we do here. We're good at community, and we're good at lifting each other up. I love the retention that we have in our organization. We're good at what we do. And that is not complimenting or patting myself on the back. That's complimenting this community on the back. There's comfort in seeing these familiar faces. Jamie Marshall, I'm so happy to see you back. I have been thinking about you, and I didn't just notice that you're there. I know you've been there all along, but I want to call you out because I've been thinking about you and wondering where you have been. And I'm very happy to see you back. See, when you show up, then people know to look for you. When you don't, you're just a face in a really busy crowd. So I want you to continue to show up. I want you to listen. We all have rough spots. I promise you. We feel you. I want you to show up, and I want you to share your small wins. So I want to start using, and I will make a post about this. It's going to happen tomorrow, probably. I want us to use a hashtag. I'm trying to decide if it's going to be together we sent TGS small wins, or if it's just going to be small wins. We can probably just do small wins within our group. I want us to start sharing our small wins. Okay? Because your small win might give somebody an idea for another small win that they might be able to win. We used to do the how I'm working hashtag, and that isn't dead. You can still post the how I'm working, but I want to be able to celebrate with you the small wins. Okay? Have I breathed any ounce of life or passion into anybody? Please say yes, because I have breathed it into myself.
Yes.
I am, yes, thank you. Because I'm telling you, this is me saying to all of you, like, I am more than showing up. I am more than ready to continue to show up. And there is, to me, absolutely nothing more deflating or depressing than if one of your leaders gets on and is bah humbug. So I am telling you, if I can give you any ounce of my energy through this screen and through this recording, I want you to take it and know that I will be beside you, and so will your director team. We will be beside you because we are going to be better together. I'm pumped. And we've got really cool things coming this year. Really cool things. And let me just address the elephant in the room. Everybody's numbers are low right now. Everybody's. So do not be, you guys, my PRV in the system is 297 right now. A little bit ago, I told you PRV comes with my eyes closed. Okay, I gotta work a little bit. But I'm just saying, we are all starting the same way each month. We all have the ability to choose to show up. We have the ability to choose how we get something out of something. But numbers are low across the board at the moment. And there's going to be months like that. And it doesn't mean that anything's bad, or Scentsy had its heyday, or we rode the wave of the pandemic hypergrowth. Doesn't mean that, because I'm going to tell you something. We dipped hard. Andrea, back me up. Tammy, back me up. We dipped hard in 2011-ish. Maybe it was, we had one in 2009, maybe, and then we've had valleys in this business. And I'll tell you, the coolest part of it all is people left in those valleys, and they were foolish. Because for every valley we've had a peak twice its size. Look what happened through the pandemic for those of you that kept your business and worked through the pandemic and did experience the growth. We have new directors that promoted. We have by show of hands, I can tell you that 75% on, on this screen has earned one level of the incentive. We are benefiting from that hyper growth, and we are going to experience some times where we feel like it's going down just a little, but it's when you break through that and you push through that and you stay your course. Cassie is a testament. Cassie hit director in 2010, 11,
2013.
13.
Then again in October of 2013, and then again in October of 2020.
And she stayed the course.
And I've
the
hit
whole
it a
time.
couple times in 2021, but.
And wasn't there a point in time where you felt that hitting director again was just so out of reach?
Yep. But
And
it
you
didn't
were-
make me leave my team any different. I still, you
didn't.
take the big stuff with the little stuff, and you take the good with the bad, and you keep that love of why we're here going and fuel you through it. And the
That goes-
support from our community
It goes back to
Everything's
mindset too,
Mhm.
because you set
yeah.
your mind that you weren't going to let that knock you down.
Yep. And when you have the low parts, that's when you just know you got to reach out to those of us, the people you see on the screen or the people that you see post in the group. It's an open door. I would, I'll put it out,
And
the
I-
open door policy message. Anytime you have questions or whatever, we're all here to support each other. So
Cassie will get you the answer the fastest. Just going to let you guys know that she will be the fastest.
I'll try.
She is
If
the
I don't know,
Johnny
I'll
on
go
the
ask
spot.
somebody and then I'll answer for you.
I want you to know that for the longest time, Cassie's reputation of liking every single thing first was her reputation. It preceded her. But let me give you a little bit of reassurance too, that anything that you feel or have felt in your business or haven't felt yet, but will, has been felt by somebody else. I want to tell you that you are completely special and you're feeling something nobody's felt before, but I promise you, anything that you have felt or you feel or you haven't felt yet, and any doubt that creeps in or any reservations that you have on if you're good enough or made for this business, we have felt it, we have broken through it, and we've risen. And the beautiful part about being a face that shows up is that people recognize you and are willing to help when you have one of those moments. So we are almost at the top of the hour. I'm going to give you just a couple more minutes to put anything in the chat that you wanted to put to make sure that it hits my radar. Director team, I will share out the results of the chat so that we know what we are working toward. And I appreciate you. If nothing else, what you took away from this Zoom tonight is that I am on fire and I am ready to have anybody else that wants to be on fire with me. We will have Cubicle tomorrow morning. I will post that on Together We Scent. Directors, I will share that out with you as well. I need to start including that in the things that I send in our director chat as well. So I will share that out with you. We will be having that and finish up your chat. So is anybody else still typing? No, are we good? Are we hands up? Everybody's hands up. Not typing, I can close it out. I appreciate you. I am proud of you. And I'm really, really excited for what this year has in store for us. I'll see you guys really soon.
Thank you, Melissa.
Bet, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
Melissa.
Everybody.